know is the trachea and the esophagus. Okay, so the esophagus is posterior to the trachea. The trachea is here, esophagus behind it. The esophagus connects all the way down to what organ?
Stomach.
Good. And what's the sphincter between the esophagus and the stomach? Cardiac sphincter. Good. Okay. So before we keep going down, let's go back to the mediastinum, because we have the heart, and then we have the lungs. Remember, for the lungs, you need to go left or right and what lobe it is. The diaphragm is what separates the mediastinum from the abdominopelvic cavity. So there's the diaphragm. Okay, you have the liver, and then the structure just posterior to that, kind of embedded in the fold, is the gallbladder. Okay, so this is the stomach, this whole organ here. Okay, so the body of the stomach is the corpus. The part that is up by the cardiac sphincter is the fundus, and then the lower part is the pylorus. What does the stomach then connect to? The small intestines. And what's the first part of the small intestine? Right. So if I have a mark right here between this junction, I want the sphincter that's right here, which is what? Pyloric sphincter, right. So duodenum would be this part here. And what's the next section? Jejunum. So the middle section is the jejunum, all the folds here. And then the final section that attaches to the cecum, or the first part of the large intestines, what's that? The ileum, right. So if I do duodenum, I'm going to have it right at the start. If I do ileum, I'm going to have it right at the end. If I do jejunum, it'll be right in the middle, okay? So, what's the name of the junction between the ileum and the cecum called? Ileocecal valve, and this is where the appendix is. Which, I wonder, do cats have appendices? I don't think the rat did. I don't know. But anyway, there is an appendix on the human one, so. Okay, so then we have the large intestines, which in the human, the large intestines, remember, kind of goes up, ascending colon, across transverse colon, and down descending. The cat doesn't do that. So if I just tag here, I just want large intestines. Okay, this particular cat was pregnant, so her uterine horns are full. She has 4 in her litter here. So these are uterine horns here. Remember, at the end of the uterine horn is an ovary. We don't have a fallopian tube, we have an ovary. And then she has a uterine body that is down very low. That structure is the bladder, right? And then going back up, she has 2 kidneys, a right and a left kidney. You don't have to know the vessels here. And then remember, the ureter is the structure that goes from the kidney down to the bladder, draining urine. Okay? Mm-hmm. Okay.